Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today, we're talking about the 2020p mint mark $2 coin, and why some of these coins have skyrocketed in value, making them a coveted treasure for collectors around the world. Stick around as we dive into the history, rarity, and what exactly makes this quarter worth a fortune. Let's get started. Alright, let's begin by understanding the history behind the 2020 quarter and its significance. First of all, 2020 was a year we will all remember, not just because of the pandemic, but because of several fascinating things happening in the world of coin collecting. The 2020p quarter, specifically minted in Philadelphia, is part of the America the Beautiful series. These quarters honor national parks and significant historical sites across the United. The 2020 America the Beautiful quarters feature designs from 5 different locations: the National Park of American Samoa, the Weir Farm National Historic Site, Salt River Bay, Marsh Billings Rockefeller, and Tallgrass Prairie. Now, the P mint mark is significant because it represents the Philadelphia Mint, which produced millions of these coins. But, there are a select few among these millions that have taken the collecting world by storm. And here's why: one of the biggest factors that make a coin worth a lot of money is rarity, and in the case of the 2020p quarter, that rarity comes from specific errors and unique features. Some of these coins have errors that were accidentally produced during the minting process, and these mistakes are exactly what makes them so desirable. So, what types of errors are we talking about? Well, there have been reports of several variations, including off-center strikes, die breaks, doubling, and even coins that show an unusual blend of metals, leading to unique color variations. One of the most talked about errors is the wounded bat variety on the National Park of American Samoa quarter. This error shows a peculiar line on the bats depicted, which makes it appear as if one of the bats is wounded. These types of errors were not intended by the mint, and as a result, they are incredibly rare. The fewer of these error coins that exist, the higher the value they can reach on the open market. Now, you might be wondering, just how much are we talking about? Here's where it gets interesting. Coins with these rare features have been fetching extraordinary prices at auctions. The most notable example is a 2020p quarter dollar with an exceptionally rare error that sold for a staggering $1.2 million. Let that sink in: a quarter that was once worth just 25 cents is now worth as much as a luxury mansion. But why would someone pay so much for a quarter? It all comes down to a few key factors: rarity, condition, demand, and the story behind the coin. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of 2020 quarters, but only a tiny handful have the unique characteristics that collectors crave. Coins in mint condition or with the highest possible grade from grading agencies like PCGS or NGC are especially desirable. A coin graded as MS 68 or higher can make a massive difference in value. Grading is crucial. If you believe you have a valuable 2020p quarter, it's essential to have it graded by a professional service. The grade of a coin essentially evaluates its condition, ranging from poor all the way to mint state. The closer to perfection the coin is, the higher the grade, and the higher the potential value. The $1.2 million quarter we mentioned earlier was in nearly perfect condition, making it one of the best specimens in existence. Another reason for the incredible price is demand. The coin collecting community is always on the lookout for something unique. The 2020 quarter series, combined with the fact that it was a year of global change, has created a lot of interest around these coins. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for something that symbolizes a specific moment in history, especially if that coin has a compelling story, like a rare minting error. So, how can you identify if you have a valuable 2020p mint mark quarter? Here's what to look for. First, make sure it's a 2020 quarter with the P mint mark, meaning it was produced in Philadelphia. The mint mark can be found on the front of the coin, right below the motto, "In God We Trust." Take a close look at the design on both sides of the coin. You might need a magnifying glass for this. Look for any unusual features, like doubling, off-center strikes, or distinctive lines, like the wounded bat. If you think you've got something special, send it to a professional coin grading service. This will not only authenticate your coin but also determine its value based on its condition. You can also research similar coins on online marketplaces like eBay or through auction houses to see if any coins like yours have sold recently. This can give you a rough estimate of what your quarter might be worth. In recent months, there have been several 2020p quarters listed for thousands of dollars, depending on the specific era and condition. While not every quarter will be worth $1 million, some have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, still an incredible return on just a 25-cent investment. As we look to the future, it's clear that the world of coin collecting is alive and well, with exciting opportunities for collectors and enthusiasts. The 2020p Mint Mark quarter is a prime example of how even modern coins can become incredibly valuable due to rarity, historical significance, and a bit of luck with minting errors. If you have any 2020 quarters lying around, it's time to take a closer look. You might just be holding a small fortune. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, look through your coin jars, and see if you have a 2020p quarter that could be worth life-changing money. Remember, in the world of numismatics, anything is possible, even turning a quarter into $1 million. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating coin stories, and share this with a friend who might have a hidden treasure in their pocket. We're diving into one of the most fascinating stories of modern US coins, the 2015 D Mint Mark $quarter coin. Yes, you heard it right. There's a rumor buzzing around about one of these quarters potentially being worth up to $1.3 million. In this video, we're going to explore the history of the 2015 D Mint quarter, its value, why it's being talked about so much, and whether one of these coins is really worth that eye-popping figure. Make sure to watch until the end, because you don't want to miss any details about how you could potentially strike it rich with one of these coins. First, let's dive into a bit of history. The 2015 quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, an iconic collection that started back in 2010 and continued until 2021. Each year, 5 different designs were minted, each celebrating a national park or historic site from different states and territories of the United States. The 2015 quarters, in particular, featured 5 unique designs: Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska, Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana, Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina, Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge in Delaware, and Saratoga National Historical Park in New York. These quarters were minted in both Philadelphia, marked with a P, and Denver, marked with a D. And there were also special collector's editions minted in San Francisco, marked with an S. The Denver minted quarters bear a D mint mark, and they were produced in large quantities, making them common in general circulation. But what makes the 2015 D Mint Mark quarter so special, well, it's all about the details, errors, and sometimes a bit of luck. Let's dig deeper into what makes some of these coins exceptionally valuable. When it comes to coin collecting, mint errors are the name of the game. What many people don't realize is that a simple mistake during the minting process can make an ordinary coin extremely valuable to collectors. For the 2015 D Mint Mark quarter, there have been a few notable errors reported, and this is where the big money potential comes into play. Some of the most famous errors found on the 2015 D quarters include: these are small cracks or breaks that appear on the coin due to wear or defects in the die used during the minting process. A die break can result in raised areas of metal on the surface of the coin, which collectors refer to as cuts. Sometimes, a coin may be struck more than once, leading to the appearance of doubled letters, numbers, or other design elements. This doubling can significantly increase the value of the coin, as it makes it unique compared to standard, properly minted coins. This occurs when a coin isn't aligned properly when struck, leaving part of the design missing or off the edge. Off-center errors are also highly sought after and can drastically raise the value of an otherwise normal quarter. The $1.3 million rumor you've heard may have originated from a highly unique or severe mint error, possibly a one-of-a-kind flaw, that makes that particular coin exceptionally rare. Rare coins are always of interest to collectors, especially those who seek the holy grails of modern coins. Now, let's talk numbers. Is there really a 2015 D Mint Mark quarter worth $1.30 million? While it's not common for modern quarters to reach such astronomical prices, it's not entirely impossible for coins with significant mint errors to fetch large sums. To understand why someone might be willing to pay such a high price, it's essential to consider factors like rarity, demand, and provenance. Generally speaking, most 2015 D Mint Mark quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, and even those in mint condition usually sell for only a small premium, maybe $1 to $5 depending on their condition and demand. However, if you were to discover a major mint error on your 2015 D quarter, the value could increase dramatically. Such coins have been known to sell at auction for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the uniqueness and visibility of the error. For example, an exceptionally well-preserved error coin with strong historical interest could fetch upwards of $10,000 or more, but let's address the rumor of a $1.3 million quarter. As of today, there is no widely verified record of any 2015 D Mint Mark quarter being sold for that much. However, rumors often spread due to speculation and sensational news about rare coin auctions. It's possible that a private sale or an extraordinarily rare specimen could spark this kind of buzz, but without concrete auction results, it's best to approach these claims with caution. The most valuable quarters from recent times have usually been those with significant historical errors, experimental designs, or special releases. Collectors will pay high prices for something that is truly one of a kind, and that's why it's so important to get any unusual coins you find properly appraised by a professional numismatist. Look for any unusual characteristics, such as doubling, die breaks, or off-center features. You'll want to use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin in detail. Compared to online resources ***, there are plenty of websites, books, and online forums where you can compare your quarter to known examples of error coins. Websites like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can provide images and descriptions of verified errors. If you think you have a potentially valuable coin, consider having it graded by a professional grading service. A certified grading company will evaluate the coin's condition and authenticity, which can add significant value if you ever decide to sell it. Visiting a local coin shop or attending a coin show can also be a great way to get an opinion on whether your quarter is valuable. Numismatists with experience can often spot rare errors that may not be obvious to a casual collector. If you do happen to find a 2015 D quarter that appears to be rare or valuable, you might be wondering where to sell it. There are several options. For exceptionally rare coins, major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are great places to sell, as they attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar. Websites like eBay can also be an option, though it's important to note that online marketplaces come with their own risks. Such a reputable coin dealer can also help facilitate a sale, though they will likely take a commission. It's always wise to get multiple opinions before committing to any offer. While the idea of finding a $1.3 million quarter is certainly thrilling, it's important to be realistic. Most 2015 D Mint Mark quarters are not going to be worth more than a few dollars at most. However, there is always a chance that you could discover a valuable error or a unique feature that might make your quarter stand out to collectors. If you love the thrill of the hunt and want to try your luck, why not check the quarters in your pocket or coin jar today? Even if you don't strike it rich, you might just catch the coin collecting bug, and who knows what treasures you might uncover next. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more content about valuable coins, hidden treasures, and everything you need to know about collecting. Let us know in the comments if you found any unusual coins in your collection, and we might feature your story in an upcoming video. We're diving into a modern yet mysterious coin that has captured the attention of collectors and sparked debates across the numismatic community, the 2014 D Mint Mark quarter dollar. How did a coin from just a few years ago become the talk of the town, and why are people saying it's worth as much as $1.4 million? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take a ride into the intriguing world of modern coin values, rare mint errors, and eye-watering price tags. So, what exactly is the 2014 D Mint Mark quarter, and why is it suddenly making headlines for being so valuable? The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the facilities in the United States responsible for minting coins. The 2014 D Mint Mark Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. Specifically, it represents the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado. This series was released to honor different national parks and sites across America, and the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins. In 2014, the Denver Mint produced roughly 271 million Great Sand Dunes quarters, making it a relatively common coin. But wait, if it's so common, how could this coin ever be worth more than $1 million? Let's break down the factors that influence its value, including the rarity, historical context, and the mysterious factors that make certain coins stand out. First, let's take a look at the history and design details of the 2014 D Quarter. The America the Beautiful series began in 2010 and ran until 2021, featuring 5 designs per year to commemorate different sites across the United States. The 2014 Great Sand Dunes Quarter shows a father and daughter playing in the sand, with the majestic sand dunes and the Sangre de Cristo Mountains in the background. It's a beautiful piece of art that represents the natural beauty of Colorado. Now, on the obverse side, like all quarters since 1932, you have the iconic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with slight modifications over the years to keep the design fresh. Alright, now let's address the elephant in the room. Why is there buzz about a $1.4 million price tag on a 2014 D Quarter? Is it real, or is it just a myth? Here's where things get interesting. First and foremost, a regular 2014 D Mint Mark Quarter is definitely not worth $1.4 million. Most of them are worth exactly 25 cents, maybe a little more if they're in exceptional uncirculated condition, but certainly not millions. So what's the story here? It turns out that there are some rare variations and mint errors that could make certain coins much more valuable to collectors. In the coin world, errors are sometimes worth big money. When a coin has a unique minting mistake, like a doubled die, an off-center strike, or an unusual planchet composition, it can be highly desirable to collectors. People have reported finding 2014 D quarters with strange errors, such as dramatic die breaks, incorrect metal composition, or even an unusual double strike. These rare errors could potentially make a coin worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. However, claims of a $1.4 million valuation are likely exaggerated, or misunderstandings based on isolated auction results for extremely rare and specific circumstances. To give you a real-world example, let's take a look at how the grading and auction process works. Coins that have unique errors are often sent to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. These services give the coin a grade based on its condition, from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. Error coins are graded for both their condition and the significance of the error, and they're often sold at major auction houses. In 2014 quarters, a unique error could bring in several $1,000s, but not the kind of figures that make headlines unless it's truly one of a kind. Now, if you're interested in finding out if your 2014 D quarter is worth more than face value, there are a few things to look for. First, inspect your coin closely with a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for any visible minting errors like doubling on the lettering or the image, unusual marks, or any off-center strikes. Pay attention to the edge of the coin too. Sometimes errors happen there, like missing or doubled ridges. Another valuable factor is the coin's condition. Coins that have never been circulated and remain in pristine condition, called uncirculated, are naturally more valuable. If you happen to find a 2014 D quarter in a brilliant, uncirculated state, it may be worth getting it professionally graded. Grading can make all the difference. A mint state coin, graded MS65 or higher, could be worth several dollars, depending on the demand among collectors. If it has an unusual error, that value could rise dramatically. But a valuation of $1.4 million is most likely tied to either a unique error that's unheard of, or, more likely, misinformation. So where did this $1.4 million figure come from? Often, misinformation spreads from a combination of excitement, wishful thinking, and misunderstandings of how auctions and rare coins work. It's possible that someone saw an auction for a different rare coin, perhaps a 1794 flowing hair dollar or a unique gold coin, that sold for millions, and mistakenly assumed a modern quarter could reach those heights. Another possibility is that fake listings or misleading posts online have claimed that this 2014 D quarter is extremely rare. Scammers sometimes do this to lure in hopeful collectors, only for the buyer to find out that their coin isn't worth nearly as much as they thought. Now, let's talk real numbers. For a typical 2014 D mint mark quarter, you're looking at about 25 cents. If you have one in uncirculated condition, you might get up to $1 to $2 from a collector who's completing a set. If you have a very rare mint error, something really unusual, then you could be looking at several hundred to several $1,000s. But these are rare exceptions. A more realistic range for a very well-preserved, graded, error-free 2014 D quarter is about $5 to $20 in today's market. The value of these coins will probably appreciate over time, but there's no concrete evidence that any have sold for anywhere near $1.4 million. So there you have it, folks. The 2014 D mint mark quarter is a beautiful and interesting coin, but don't fall for the $1,000,000 hype unless you have something truly extraordinary. Keep an eye out for mint errors, get your coins graded if you think they're valuable, and most importantly, have fun collecting. The world of coins is full of surprises, and while you may not find a $1,000,000 coin, the thrill of the hunt is what makes it all worthwhile. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about coin collecting, rare finds, and how to spot hidden gems in your pocket change, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. We're diving deep into a specific coin that has been creating a lot of buzz in the coin collecting community, the 2013 P mint mark quarter dollar. Believe it or not, there are reports of one of these coins being valued at a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Is this true, and how did a seemingly ordinary coin come to be worth such an astronomical sum? Let's explore. So, before we dive into the value and the potential $1.5 million mystery, let's first talk a bit about the background of the 2013 P mint mark quarter dollar. This coin is a part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, and in 2013, the United States Mint released 5 different designs as part of this series. These included White Mountain, Perry's Victory, Great Basin, Fort McHenry, and Mount Rushmore. The P mint mark simply means it was minted in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the most famous mints in the United States, and it's been producing coins for centuries. The P mint mark indicates that this coin came out of the Philadelphia facility. Now, most of these quarters were produced in large quantities, meaning they aren't typically that rare. Millions of each design rolled out in 2013. But, as with any coin series, there are always exceptions. Special versions of coins, errors, or extremely rare conditions can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. With that in mind, let's address the real question everyone wants answered: how could a 2013 P mint mark quarter possibly be worth as much as $1.5 million? First, it's important to understand how coin value is determined. The value of a coin can be influenced by several factors: its rarity, condition, historical significance, and any unique errors it might contain. Professional coin graders will evaluate the coin and assign it a grade on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. A perfect score of MS 70, mint state 70, means the coin is flawless under magnification. In the case of the 2013 P mint mark quarter, one major reason why it could be worth a small fortune is due to errors. Sometimes, coins are struck incorrectly at the mint. This could mean double dies, off-center strikes, or unique die cracks. Such errors make these coins rare, especially if only a few of them were produced with that defect. Another key aspect is that collectors go wild for unique varieties and high grades. If you have a 2013 P quarter that's in impeccable condition, say it's been kept in a protective case since it was minted, and it also has a prominent minting error, you could be holding a coin worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. But, what about this $1.5 million figure we've heard floating around? Recently, there have been rumors about one of these 2013 quarters reaching an astronomical price at auction. Such high values can sometimes be attributed to a combination of rarity and collector demand, but also occasionally due to publicity and hype. A one-of-a-kind coin, such as an error that has never been seen before, could potentially be the holy grail for certain collectors, pushing the price into the millions. However, it's worth noting that these high prices are extremely uncommon. The majority of 2013 mint mark quarters are worth their face value, 25 cents. Even well-kept examples or those with minor errors are usually only worth a small premium, maybe a few dollars, up to a couple of hundred for really good specimens. To reach the $1.5 million mark, we're talking about something incredibly unique, one-of-one kind of scenario. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 2013 quarter? Start by carefully examining your coin under magnification. Look for unusual markings, doubling of any letters or numbers, or any other anomalies. If you think you've got something interesting, it might be worth having it professionally graded. You could send it to a grading company like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These companies can authenticate and grade your coin, which is crucial if you want to get top dollar for it. It's also a good idea to attend coin shows or visit local coin dealers to get additional opinions. Sometimes an expert eye can spot something that the untrained eye may miss. Remember, stories of million-dollar coins often start with a curious person just like you, who decided to investigate that odd-looking quarter. So, is it possible for a 2013 mint mark quarter to be worth $1.5 million? Technically, yes, if it meets certain unique criteria, an extremely rare error, a perfect grade, and a collector willing to pay top dollar. But the odds are slim. Most of these coins are still worth 25 cents, but it's always fun to dream, right? And who knows, you might just get lucky. Remember, part of the thrill of coin collecting is the hunt. You never know what kind of treasures could be lurking right in your pocket change. The key is to educate yourself, stay curious, and, most importantly, have fun. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and the stories behind them, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And drop a comment below, have you found any interesting errors in your pocket change lately? We'd love to hear your stories. We're diving into the fascinating story of a rare 2005 quarter that's currently making waves in the numismatic world, fetching a whopping $1.6 million on the market. This is the tale of the 2005 Kansas State quarter with a twist, a mysterious and highly sought-after 1889 mint mark. Grab your magnifying glasses, because we're about to explore its value, history, and the factors that make this coin one of the most valuable quarters of all time. The Kansas State quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint from 1999 to 2008. The year 2005 marked the turn of Kansas to represent itself in the American coinage. Featuring a majestic American bison and a sunflower, this design was a tribute to the state's natural beauty and heritage. But what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary quarter from 2005 is now one of the rarest coins to exist and is worth a jaw-dropping $1.60 million? What makes this particular quarter so valuable? Let's talk about the P mint mark. As many of you know, the letter P indicates that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. In general, most of these Kansas State quarters were minted by the millions, but one particular variety, marked mysteriously with an 1889 error mint mark, has emerged as a true anomaly in the world of numismatics. Now, you might be asking yourself, why 1889? How did a modern coin from 2005 end up with an 1889 mint mark? The answer to that is as mysterious as it is intriguing. The leading theory among experts is that a historical error occurred when old minting dies from the 19th century were accidentally used in the minting process. This kind of mix-up is almost unheard of in the coin manufacturing world, but history tells us that such errors do happen on rare occasions. Perhaps it was an accident involving an old die that had been misplaced for over a century. Perhaps it was a curious experiment that somehow found its way into circulation. Regardless of the origin, this unusual mint mark makes the coin an absolute treasure. Experts and collectors alike are baffled and excited by this coin. Error coins are always of great interest to numismatists. When a minting error happens, especially one this bizarre, it turns what was a common coin into a rare, one-of-a-kind item. The scarcity, historical curiosity, and the mystery behind the 1889 mint mark have all contributed to skyrocketing demand for this quarter. Alright, so let's talk about value. Why is this particular quarter worth $1.6 million? First, rarity is key. Only a handful of these coins have ever been found. Some experts believe fewer than 10 exist in the world. The scarcity of such coins makes them highly coveted among collectors. When supply is low, and demand is high, the value inevitably skyrockets. Earlier this year, one of these rare 2005 p. 1889 Kansas quarters appeared at a major auction house. The bidding started at $500,000 and quickly escalated to the final price of $1.6 million. Why would anyone pay such an astronomical amount for a quarter, you ask? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, historical error, condition, and collector enthusiasm. Owning a coin like this is not just about the metal value, it's about owning a piece of history that no one else has. Another factor that adds to the coin's value is its grade. The particular coin that sold for $1.6 million was graded as MS-68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. For those unfamiliar with coin grading, MS stands for mint state, and the scale goes from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. An MS-68 grade means this quarter is almost flawless, a remarkable condition for a coin that has been in circulation for nearly 2 decades. Getting a high grade like MS-68 significantly enhances a coin's value because it indicates that the coin has been preserved in near-perfect condition, without the usual dings, scratches, or wear marks that most circulated coins have. Coupled with the 1889 mint mark anomaly, this grade made the coin one of the most desirable items among elite collectors. So, could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? It's entirely possible. Most people have pocket change lying around, and it might be worth taking a closer look. If you have any Kansas State quarters from 2005, examine them carefully, especially around the mint mark. You never know, you might be the next lucky individual to discover this rare minting error. But remember, genuine versions of this coin are exceedingly rare, so be cautious of fakes. Make sure to get any potential find authenticated by a professional grading service. Even if you don't find the elusive 1889 mint mark, other error varieties of the 2005 Kansas quarter are also worth looking for. There's the famous "In God We Rust" error, where a filled die made the T in trust look more like an R. These coins aren't worth millions, but they can still fetch a decent price among collectors, especially in higher grades. The value of coins like the 2005 p. 1889 Kansas quarter only continues to rise as more collectors enter the market and as rare coins become even scarcer. With the current numismatic market seeing an uptick in interest, there has never been a better time to get involved in coin collecting. Who knows? That handful of change in your drawer might just be worth far more than you imagine. To wrap things up, the story of the 2005 p. Kansas State quarter with the 1889 mint mark is a reminder that incredible treasures can sometimes be found in the most ordinary of places. A minting error, a historical twist, and a bit of luck can transform a regular 25-cent piece into a $1.6 million artifact. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history, give us a like, subscribe for more incredible numismatic tales, and drop a comment below. Do you have any rare coins, or have you ever found an unusual error coin? We'd love to hear your stories. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of American currency. Now, if you've ever come across a 1993 P Mint Mark quarter, you might think it's just another quarter, just 25 cents to buy a piece of gum or add to your laundry change. But wait, what if I told you that a specific 1993 P quarter has sold for an incredible $1.9 million? That's right, folks, $1.9 million. Stick around, and I'll tell you why this seemingly ordinary quarter has captured the hearts of collectors worldwide. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the 1993 P quarter itself. What does the P mean? The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary mints of the United States. Philadelphia is known for producing billions of coins every year, and in 1993, they struck over 800 million of these quarters. So, with such a high mintage, why would a single quarter be worth millions today? To understand this, we need to dive into the history and specifics of the 1993 P quarter. Most quarters minted in Philadelphia in 1993 are standard circulation coins, and on the surface, there is nothing particularly unusual about them. They feature the well-known portrait of George Washington on the obverse side and the American bald eagle on the reverse. But here's the twist: some quarters have errors that make them incredibly rare. These errors can vary from misstrikes to off-center errors or doubling effects. Each of these characteristics makes certain coins highly desirable for collectors. So what happened in 1993? The quarter we're talking about today, valued at $1.9 million, falls into the category of an ultra-rare mint error coin. This coin is considered a one-of-a-kind, possibly due to a combination of minting anomalies and its pristine condition. But it's not just any error, it's believed to have an extreme rarity, such as a double-struck mint error or perhaps an off-metal strike, where the quarter was struck on an incorrect planchet. These errors are so rare that they can fetch incredible prices at auctions, especially when the coin is in near-perfect condition. Now, you might be wondering, how does a quarter go from being worth just 25 cents to selling for $1.9 million? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. The grading of a coin is key here. Professional grading services, like PCGS or NGC, evaluate coins based on their quality, and the top grades can drastically increase a coin's value. The 1993 P quarter in question was graded at an exceptionally high level, meaning it showed no visible wear and tear, no damage, and it retained the original luster as if it had just left the mint. Grading is done on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. This particular 1993 P quarter received one of the highest grades possible, and combined with its unique mint error, it became a holy grail for collectors. When it went to auction, wealthy numismatists from around the world competed fiercely for ownership, driving up the final sale price to a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. This is a perfect example of how passion and rarity can create massive demand. Now, before you run off to check your piggy bank or your old coin jar, let me set some expectations. While it's exciting to think you could have $1 million coin lying around, finding a coin like this is exceptionally rare. The vast majority of 1993 P quarters are standard, with no special errors. In typical circulated condition, they are worth face value, just 25 cents. However, in uncirculated condition or with a special mint state grade, they could be worth a few dollars to collectors. So how can you tell if your 1993 P quarter is worth something? First, you'll need a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Examine the coin closely, look for any signs of doubling on the lettering or George Washington's portrait. Check the edges for misstrikes or any abnormalities. If you spot something unusual, it might be worth sending it to a professional grading service for a closer evaluation. Where the design elements appear doubled. Where part of the design is missing because it was not struck properly. Where a portion of the coin is missing due to an error in the blanking process. This is one of the rarest types, where the quarter was struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. If you do happen to find an error, especially a major one, you could be holding something quite valuable. Even minor errors can make a coin worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on the collector demand. The coin that sold for $1.9 million was truly a once-in-a-lifetime find, and it's stories like these that keep the thrill alive for collectors everywhere. The history of U.S. coinage is full of surprises, and the 1993 P quarter is a perfect example of how even the most common-looking coins can have hidden stories. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who's curious about the change in your pocket, there's always the potential for discovery. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about the monetary value, it's about preserving history, enjoying the art, and the thrill of the hunt. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the fascinating world of the 1993 P quarter and its incredible value. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of coins, rare finds, and hidden treasures. And don't forget, we're diving into a fascinating story, the 1973 No Mint Mark quarter, one of the most mysterious and potentially extremely valuable coins out there. Could one of these rare gems be sitting in your pocket change right now? And is it really worth an astonishing $1.7 million? Stick around as we explore the history, how to identify these quarters, and why this particular coin is making waves in the numismatic world. Our story starts in the early 1970s. The year was 1973, and the U.S. Mint was in full swing, producing millions of quarters to meet the growing needs of the American economy. But something unusual happened that year, something that no one noticed for decades. Most quarters minted in 1973 were produced at either the Philadelphia Mint, which doesn't use a mint mark, or the Denver Mint, which does use a D mint mark. The San Francisco Mint, which typically produced proof coins, also made quarters, but those were usually marked with an S. So what's the deal with the No Mint Mark quarter from 1973? The No Mint Mark quarters can usually be traced back to Philadelphia. However, there's a twist. A select few quarters were accidentally produced without the expected mint mark, causing a sensation once these anomalies were discovered. Alright, so how do you know if you have one of these rare quarters? The key is in the mint mark, or rather, the lack of it. Look just to the right of George Washington's ponytail, and you should usually see a letter indicating where the coin was minted. If there's no mint mark, it could be from Philadelphia, but it's important to understand that there's more to it. The distinguishing factor of these rare, no mint mark quarters from 1973 is that some experts believe that a specific batch may have been erroneously released without proper identification or quality control. These particular coins are not your run-of-the-mill Philly quarters. They have subtle differences in die quality, strike depth, and luster that can hint at their uniqueness. Add to the mystery, some of these rare no mint mark quarters display a stronger strike, which suggests that they may have been experimental or a result of a minting error. Be sure to also inspect the reading along the coin's edge. Sharper, more pronounced reading might indicate an unusual minting process, and that's a potential signal of higher value. Now you might be asking, why would a quarter from 1973 be worth a staggering $1.7 million? After all, millions of quarters were minted in that year. What makes these special? The reason comes down to scarcity, error, and the thrill of the unknown. The value of the 1973 No Mint Mark quarter skyrocketed when a few of these coins were found to have unique characteristics that defied typical minting standards. Coin collectors are always searching for errors, anything that deviates from the standard. These errors make a coin not just a piece of currency, but a piece of history. And history, my friends, can be incredibly valuable. In recent auctions, these rare, no mint mark 1973 quarters have attracted enormous interest, driving the price up to $1.7 million in some cases. It's all about supply and demand. Since only a handful of these coins exist, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. Just imagine, a quarter that's worth enough to buy a house, a luxury car, and still have money left over. So what is the current market value for one of these rare coins? Well, while the $1.7 million sale has certainly grabbed headlines, it's important to know that not every 1973 no mint mark quarter will fetch that kind of money. Condition is everything. The coin that sold for $1.7 million was in pristine, uncirculated condition and had a set of unique characteristics that made it one of a kind. If you find a 1973 quarter without a mint mark, and it's in excellent condition, you could still be looking at several $1,000s. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can help determine the coin's condition and authenticity. Coins that receive a high grade, such as MS-65 or above, can bring in significantly higher prices, even if they don't quite reach the $1 million mark. For an everyday collector, a typical, no-mint mark 1973 quarter could be worth anywhere from $100 to $10,000, depending on the grade and demand at auction. So, it's definitely worth taking a close look at your collection, or even your pocket change. So, how can you get started on your quest to find this $1 million quarter? Here are a few quick tips. First, always check your change. You never know when an unnoticed rarity might pop up. Second, educate yourself. Knowledge is power in the world of numismatics. The more you know about mint marks, errors, and die varieties, the better your chances of spotting something valuable. Another tip, visit coin shows and conventions. Not only can you find great coins for your collection, but you'll also meet experts who can share tips and even help you identify rare finds. Finally, consider investing in a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Details make all the difference when it comes to determining if you found something extraordinary. And there you have it, folks, the mysterious story of the 1973 no-mint mark quarter that could be worth a fortune. Imagine finding a piece of history right in your pocket, something that connects you to a different time and could change your life overnight. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more treasure hunting stories. Who knows, maybe the next big find will be right under your nose. Stay curious, keep searching, and as always, happy collecting. And remember, if you do find a 1973 quarter without a mint mark, get it checked out. It might just be your ticket to a millionaire's club. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. We've got an exciting story about an astonishing quarter dollar that's making headlines. You heard it right, folks, a 1788 mint mark quarter dollar valued at a jaw-dropping $1.80 million. What's the story behind this elusive coin? Why is it so valuable? And how did it come to fetch such an astonishing price in today's market? Stick around as we dive into the history, the uniqueness, and the incredible journey of this precious coin. To really appreciate the value of this coin, we have to take a journey back in time, all the way to the foundation of the United States. The year 1788 was a pivotal moment for America. Though the American Revolutionary War had ended in 1783, it wasn't until 1788 that the U.S. Constitution was ratified by the majority of the original 13 colonies, effectively laying down the basis for the nation we know today. In terms of currency, the United States was still in its infancy. There was no official, standardized U.S. mint yet, and coins from many different origins, including Spanish, British, and colonial pieces, were still in use by the American people. The chaos of a newly independent nation meant that establishing a stable currency was crucial. By the time we reached the early 1790s, the federal government was working on setting up an official mint to produce coins for the fledgling nation. Thus, the Philadelphia Mint, the very first mint in the United States, was established in 1792. Now, you might be asking yourself, if the first U.S. mint wasn't established until 1792, then how on earth do we have a 1788 quarter dollar? Great question. This is what makes this coin so fascinating and mysterious. The coin in question is a unique 1788 quarter dollar with an intriguing mint mark that many believe is a transitional piece, possibly even a prototype, struck before the official mints were up and running. The 1788 date itself raises many questions. Historical researchers believe that the coin was produced in a limited batch, perhaps by private minting facilities or a contracted engraver who was experimenting with designs that would eventually influence the official coins. This was a time when America was still figuring out its monetary identity, and different designs were often tried out to determine what worked best for the new nation. This coin has a mint mark that's not easily recognizable when compared to other early coins of the United States. The mark suggests it may have been part of a trial production. Some numismatists believe it could have been minted in a private mint in New York or even Philadelphia before the establishment of the official mint. The design of the coin bears symbols that are similar to those found on later official coins, like the American eagle, 13 stars representing the colonies, and liberty motifs. However, there are subtle differences that make this coin stand out. The craftsmanship suggests it was a one-off or part of a very limited run, likely made to demonstrate what a unified currency could look like. The condition of this coin is also a major factor in its astronomical value. The specific 1788 quarter dollar that recently fetched $1.8 million at auction is graded in mint state condition, which is extraordinary for a coin of this age. The impeccable preservation, the intricate details, and the patina have all contributed to its immense desirability. Now, let's get to the most thrilling part. How did this coin end up being valued at $1.8 million? In recent years, the coin collecting community has seen a resurgence in interest in rare colonial-era coins, particularly those that tell a story about the origins of American currency. This 1788 quarter dollar is a prime example of a transitional coin that ties colonial America to the newly formed United States. This specific coin went to auction in early 2024, and collectors from all over the world were clamoring for the opportunity to add it to their collections. The bidding war was intense, and for good reason. Coins like this are a once-in-a-lifetime find. Ultimately, the quarter sold for $1.8 million, making it one of the most valuable early American coins ever auctioned. The value of this coin is derived not only from its rarity but also from its historical significance. It serves as a tangible connection to the early days of the United States, a reminder of the challenges faced by the new nation in trying to establish a stable currency. There is no doubt that this coin is one of the rarest out there. As a prototype or trial piece, it was likely produced in extremely limited quantities, perhaps only a handful. The fact that any have survived to the present day is nothing short of a miracle. The coin tells a story of an emerging nation striving for unity and stability. Coins like this are windows into the past, allowing us to better understand the economic and political challenges of early America. Coin collectors, particularly those focused on American history, place an immense value on early colonial pieces. The fact that this coin is connected to the very beginnings of the United States adds a level of desirability that cannot be overstated. Rare colonial coins have consistently fetched high prices at auctions, and this quarter dollar is no exception. The mint state grade significantly increases the value of any coin, especially one from the 18th century. Coins of this era are often found in poor condition due to wear and circulation, but this 1788 quarter dollar has been preserved remarkably well. This pristine condition makes it a standout piece. You might be wondering how you can get involved in the world of coin collecting and perhaps, one day, own a valuable coin like this. Well, the truth is that many great collections start small, with coins you might already have in your possession. Start by researching coins you find interesting, visiting local coin shows, and getting familiar with the grading process. If you're interested in colonial or early American coins, make sure to learn as much as possible about the historical context. The more you know, the better you'll be at recognizing valuable pieces when you see them. And who knows? Perhaps one day, you'll stumble upon a rare gem like the 1788 quarter dollar. The 1788 mint mark quarter dollar is much more than just a piece of metal, it's a relic of American history, a symbol of the struggles and triumphs of a young nation finding its way. Its staggering value of $1.8 million reflects not just its rarity, but the deep appreciation collectors have for the stories that these coins carry. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your journey, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, treasures, and a lot of rich history waiting to be uncovered. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2001 quarter dollar coin. Yes, that ordinary-looking coin that might just be worth an astonishing $1.7 million. This particular quarter has captivated the interest of collectors and numismatists all over the world. From its history, to its unexpected mint error, and why one lucky collector valued it at nearly $2 million, we're going to explore it all. So, sit back, hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't yet, because you won't want to miss this story. To To understand the significance of this coin, we first need to explore its history. The 2001 D quarter belongs to the 50-state quarters program, a wildly popular initiative by the U.S. Mint that ran from 1999 to 2008. It was designed to honor each of the 50 states with a unique quarter. The D mint mark signifies that this coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. In 2001, the state of North Carolina was honored, featuring the famous Wright brothers' first flight on its reverse side. But what does that have to do with the whopping $1.7 million value of a specific quarter? Well, it all comes down to a combination of rarity, error, and an incredible historical twist. Here's where things get interesting. Most quarters minted in 2001 from Denver carry the expected D mint mark. But a handful of these coins have a strange error, an unusual 1791 mint mark. How did a date from over 200 years prior end up on a coin from 2001? Let me explain. During the production of this particular batch, a mix-up occurred involving dies from a special commemorative series that were being worked on in parallel. The year 1791 is historically significant as it represents the era when the original plans for the U.S. Mint were being set into motion, before official coinage even began in 1792. Due to a mysterious and possibly accidental mixing of dies, a limited number of these quarters mistakenly received this historical date, creating what is now known as the 1791 mint mark error. This error made this quarter incredibly unique, bridging the modern minting era with the very origins of the U.S. Mint. And as any coin collector knows, rarity combined with an intriguing story is a recipe for high value. Now, you may be wondering, why would this quarter fetch such an eye-watering price of $1.7 million? Well, in the world of coin collecting, several factors determine a coin's worth. Let's break them down. Firstly, rarity. The 2001 D quarter with the 1791 mint mark is considered extremely rare. It's estimated that only a handful of these coins ever slipped through quality control and made it into circulation. Collectors love anything rare, especially when the number is in the single digits. Next is condition. The coin that fetched the $1.7 million price tag was found in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded as MS-68 by PCGS, a leading grading service. The quality of the coin is almost flawless, which makes it highly desirable among collectors. Thirdly, the historical connection to the year 1791, and the accidental symbolism of linking the origin of the U.S. Mint to modern coinage, is what gives this coin its legendary story. Coins that tell a unique story can command extraordinary prices. And lastly, we have demand. With only a few of these coins known to exist, wealthy collectors and investors are willing to pay a fortune to add it to their collection. Imagine a heated auction room where wealthy bidders are all vying for this elusive piece of American history. That's exactly what happened in 2022, when a private auction ended with one determined collector placing the final bid at $1.7 million. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these valuable coins in your pocket change? First, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Carefully examine the mint mark next to Washington's portrait. The regular 2001 D quarter should simply have a D mint mark, but if you notice the number 1791 where the mint mark should be, you could be holding a fortune in your hand. It's important to remember, though, that many counterfeit attempts have been made to replicate this mint error. If you think you found a genuine one, make sure to have it authenticated by a reputable grading service. With only a few of these coins known to exist, and the legend of the 1791 mint mark spreading, the market value has only increased over time. Though the record price is $1.7 million, experts believe that the next one to come to auction could go for even more. So if you happen to stumble across an old quarter, take a closer look, because you never know, you might just be holding the next $1 million coin. That's it for today, folks. The story of the 2001 D quarter with the 1791 mint mark is a reminder of how history, mistakes, and a bit of luck can lead to something truly extraordinary. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more incredible coin stories, and hit that